Hi everyone, I'm Aurora from Susan's family. Today, I'm sharing with you a design from the Chinese aesthetic series, Wit and Beauty Wedding Couple Dolls. You can find the electronic tutorial on the website en.susudiy.com. This pair of dolls consists of the groom and the bride, each divided into the main body, the hair, the costume, and the accessories. Let's start by learning how to crochet the main body, which includes the arms, the base, the body, the head, the ears, and the facial features. The pair of dolls is presented in chart form. Let's familiarize ourselves with it. RND plus number represents the round number, and row plus number refers to the row number. The column, stitch instruction, indicates the stitches used, and any increase or decrease in that current round or row. The column, total stitches, shows the total number of stitches after completing the current round or row. Let's start by learning how to crochet the arms. The groom and bride's arms are identical. Both have the same two. Start with the adjustable magic ring. Working in rounds, the new stitch used is the X single crochet. Now, let me demonstrate. First, make a magic ring. Take the corresponding yarn. For convenience in watching, I'll demonstrate using a different color yarn. For specific yarn, color scheme, and hook size, please refer to the detail page and the paper chart of the corresponding product. Start with a magic ring. Then work one chain as the beginning chain. The beginning chain of single crochet in the chart is unmarked, unless specially noted. You need to crochet it yourself. Continue by working 6 single crochets into the ring. Mind crocheting the X stitch single crochet. Close the ring. Then slip stitch to the first single crochet. Pull tight. That completes round 1. In the chart where you crochet in rounds, the slip stitch is not marked. You need to crochet it yourself. The side with the starting tail is the back. The other side is the front. Next, crochet round 2. Working evenly means one stitch to another. Crochet a total of 6 single crochets. Start with a chain. Then work a single crochet in the same position as the previous round slip stitch. Weave in the tail. Continue working correspondingly single crochets. Complete this round. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Turn the front outwards. The starting tail can be tucked into the fabric later, or trim it. From now on, up until round 20, the crochet method is identical to round 2. Just crochet the required number of rounds. I won't demonstrate. Here's the completed sample. There are fewer rounds. The arms have textures in rounds. Counting rounds means counting these textures. Then leave about 15 centimeters of tail and cut the yarn. Then, crochet 3 more arms using the same method. That completes the arms. Next, let's learn how to crochet the base. It is the circular piece at the very bottom of the doll. It's crocheted using the magic ring. The new stitch used includes VSC 2-in-1. Start with the magic ring. Then crochet round 1. Crochet 7 single crochets into the ring. Then close the ring. Make 1 slip stitch. Round 1 is complete. Round 2 is 7V. This means 7 SC 2-in-1. That is working 2 single crochets into the same stitch. One SC 2-in-1 is done. Continue to crochet the remaining SC 2-in-1. Finish with a slip stitch. Round 2 is complete. Round 3 is XV times 7. The parentheses indicate a group. Multiplication sign and number indicates how many times to repeat the group. Let's start with the first group. 1 single crochet, 1 SC 2-in-1. This completes the group in the parentheses. Continue to crochet the rest of the round. Finish with a slip stitch. Round 3 is complete. Rounds 4 to 8 have a simple crochet method. Refer to the form and crochet. This is the sample after completing round 8. Now take out the acrylic disc. Compare it with the completed piece. It should be slightly bigger than the acrylic disc. If it's smaller or larger, you need to adjust your tension. Or switch hook size and crochet again. Here I continue to crochet round 9. Turn means turn counterclockwise. SL stands for slip stitch. Here, the slip stitches marked in the chart shouldn't be pulled tight. First, find the last stitch from the previous round. Insert into the stitch and draw the yarn through. Check the front, there's a braid. Continue working correspondingly slip stitches. After finishing, pay attention to check the number of stitches. Then, in the first slip stitch, pick the braid and slip stitch. Pull tight. One base is completed. No need to cut the yarn here. Continue to crochet the body. Proceed to learn how to crochet the body. Here, the bodies of the bride and the groom are crocheted in the same way for the first 33 rounds. The remaining parts are different, but the overall method is almost the same. Both require working several rounds even before attaching the arms. Continue crocheting afterward, and during the process, put the acrylic disc, weight beads and shaping wires. For specific rounds and stitches, refer to their respective charts. The new stitch used includes a SC2 tog. Please see the demonstration. Now crochet round 1 of the body. Notice there are 2 rounds of braids along the edge of the base. One round is stitches of round 8. The other round is formed by the slip stitches. The body is crocheted on the round of slip stitches. Start with a beginning chain. Then turn your work. Find the last slip stitch. Insert and work correspondingly a single crochet for each. After completing, check the number of stitches. That completes round 1. Continue to crochet the even rounds. Working even means crocheting 1 stitch for each. When finished, the stitch count matches the previous round. After that, let's learn about decrease. Here I demonstrate round 9, using a sample. First, crochet 12 single crochets. Then, crochet 1 SC2 tog. For the main body, we use invisible decrease. Pick up the front loops of next 2 stitches. Two loops on the hook. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through. An invisible SC2 tog is completed. Continue by crocheting 12 single crochets. Then crochet a SC2 tog. Pick the front loops of next 2 stitches. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through. The SC2 tog is completed, for the body up until where we attach the arms. The stitches have been demonstrated before. Refer to the form as you crochet. After completing 2 to 3 decreases on the body, you need to stuff inside. Let's learn about the stuffing method. After you've done 2 to 3 decreases, you need to insert the acrylic disc. There's a film on the surface. If you don't like it, peel it off. I won't peel it here. Next, add a small amount of filling cotton. Then evenly pour in 1 bag of weight beads. Add a little more filling cotton. Press down slightly. Pour in another bag of weight beads. When done, cut 3 pieces of shaping wire. Refer to the chart for the length. It's okay if they're a bit longer, you can trim them later. Then align the shaping wires and twist them together. Just give them a rough twist. Insert them into the middle. All the way to the bottom. Continue adding the filling cotton. Pay attention. Don't add too much filling cotton, but not too little either. Too little will lack shape. Too much will be too firm. And try to distribute it evenly. Then continue crocheting. Here's the sample looks like after stuffing, and before crocheting to the arm's attachment point. Next, we'll learn how to attach the arms. First, work 6 single crochets. Then take the arm. From the inside out, insert into the stitch left to the tail. Also into a stitch on the body. Work 1 single crochet here. Don't work it too loose. Slightly tighter. That completes the attachment of one arm. Then, follow the chart to crochet to the next arm attachment. The crochet methods for the bride and groom are different here. Just crochet according to their respective charts. Once done, take the other arm. Similarly, insert into the stitch on the arm from the inside out first. Then into the stitch on the body. Work 1 single crochet. This completes the attachment of both arms. Continue to finish this round. Notice that there are still some stitches remaining on the arms. These need to be connected in the next round. First, crochet single crochets normally, all the way to the stitch where we attach the arm. Then, from the outside in, pick the stitches on the arm and crochet. After that, one arm is connected to the main body. Place the tail on the outer side of the fabric. Continue crocheting to the other arm. Pick the arm and crochet. and complete the remaining part. Here's how to attach the arms. Next, insert the shaping wire into the arm. First, measure the distance between the two arms. Then cut a piece about 2 centimeters longer than this distance. I've already cut it here. Then fold one end, about 1 centimeter. The other end goes through the middle of the body shaping wire. Place the folded end inside one arm. The other end is also folded about 1 centimeter. And place it inside the other arm. The arm shaping wire is in place. Continue crocheting following the chart. Be mindful of the last rounds of the body. Since there are fewer stitches, there is no need to crochet the beginning chain, neither to finish with a slip stitch. The number of rounds can be approximate. It doesn't have to be precise, nor is there a need to stuff it. Refer to the markings in the chart for specifics. Take a look at the sample. If there are extra shaping wire, trim them. Then leave a tail. Thread it onto a needle. Pick the front loops of the final round one by one. Tighten the tail. This will close the opening. Next, tie off the tail. Hide it inside the fabric. Trim the excess. After completing, also thread the arm's tail onto a needle. Then sew a few stitches under the arm, to ensure there are no obvious holes. Hide the tail inside the fabric and cut it off. Do the same for the other arm. The body is now complete. Next, let's learn how to crochet the head. The crochet method for the bride and grooms is identical. Stuff filling cotton while crocheting. The new stitches include BLO back loop only, E treble crochet. Now, let me demonstrate. The first 10 rounds of the head have been demonstrated before. Complete following the chart. Here is my sample after completing round 3. The back texture should be facing outwards. When crocheting, the back should be facing towards you. I've now completed the first 10 rounds. Count the horizontal lines in one column to track the rounds. Proceed with round 11. BLO stands for working into the back loop only. Each stitch has 2 strands. The one behind is the back loop. Pick the back loop of each stitch and work 9SC2 in 1 correspondingly. Round 11 is completed. Look, this round has the front facing us. For the following rounds 12 to 17, follow the chart and crochet. Now, crochet round 18. 6 single crochets. One SC2 in 1. 11 single crochets. 1 SC2 tog. E stands for treble crochet. The method is: wrap the yarn twice, insert into the stitch and draw the yarn through. There are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. And the treble crochet is completed. Up to this point, all the stitches used for the head have been covered. Afterwards, follow the chart to crochet it. While crocheting, stuff with filling cotton. Try to make it firmly and evenly. This is a sample with a few rounds remaining. After stuffing, make sure the position below the head can be normally inserted into the body. If it's difficult to insert, you can use the hook handle or other tools to enlarge it. Then finish the remaining rounds. As you crochet, continue to stuff with an appropriate amount of filling cotton. After completing the last round, chain 1 to secure. Leave a tail and fasten off. Thread it onto a needle. Then pick the front loops of stitches and close the opening. Then hide the tail and cut it off. That concludes the head. Next, crochet the left and right ears. Start with the left. Begin with the magic ring. Work 5 single crochets into the ring. Don't slip stitch, close the ring directly. Row 1 is complete. Continue with row 2. Turn means turn the piece counterclockwise. SL stands for slip stitch. Crochet 2 slip stitches. This is not the end of the round. The slip stitch does not need to be pulled tight. Work 1 single crochet next. The square brackets indicate to crochet the stitches within into the same stitch. That is, 1/2 double crochet and 1 double crochet. Continue by working 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 slip stitch. Leave a 30 cm tail and fasten off. This will be used for sewing later. The left ear is now completed. Row 1 of the right ear is the same as the left. Continue with row 2. CH stands for a chain as beginning chain, then turn the piece, 1 single crochet. Work 1 double crochet and 1/2 double crochet. In the next stitch, continue with 1 single crochet, 2 slip stitches. The right ear is now completed. Leave a tail and fasten off as well. Both ears are completed. Next, let's learn to make the facial features. They consist of the eyes, the eyebrows, the mouth, the ears and the blush. Let's start making the eyes. Start on the front of the head, while the slip stitch side at the back. Shape the eye sockets between rounds 20 and 22. With about 6 stitches between the two sockets, I'll demonstrate how to shape the eye sockets using a sample. Pick the yarn in the same color as the head. I'll use a different color for demonstration. Cut a long tail first, after threading it into the needle. Insert it from any position at the back. Start by leaving a little tail. Then bring the yarn to the marked position. And insert into the right. Next, exit from the other socket. Insert into the left. Then bring the yarn to the starting tail position. And then tighten both tails. You can see it now. The gaps between the sockets and the nose are the same or not. If there's a discrepancy, you can reshape the eye sockets. Finally, tie a double knot with both tails. And hide the tail inside. Do a few more times. And do the same for the other one. The eye sockets are shaped. Next, sew the left and right ears onto the sides of the head, approximately where the eyes align. You can use a needle to secure both ears in place first. After adjusting the position, start by sewing one ear. After that, hide the tail inside the fabric and fasten off. Do the same for the starting tail. One ear is sewn on. Before sewing the other one, align it with this one again. Then sew it on. I won't demonstrate that. Next, attach the eyes in the eye sockets. Apply glue on the flat side. Make sure the eyes are positioned symmetrically. Attach the mouth and eyebrows using the same method. Mindfully apply less glue in detailed areas. The eyebrows and mouth for the groom and bride are different. And the bride needs a floral trinket, glued in the middle of eyebrows. That covers the facial features. Now let's move on to the hair. The hairs for the groom and bride are divided into the headpiece, the bun and the sideburns. The crochet method for the headpiece is simple. First, finish it according to the chart. Then crochet the braids on top. Tidy them up before assembling with the bun. Next, I'll demonstrate the crochet method for the braids. Here's the completed groom's headpiece. Try it on the head to check the size. Then crochet the braids on it. Before crocheting, divide the areas. Find the left stitch of 2 treble crochets. And place a marker. Mark the 8th stitch to the right. And the 7th stitch to the left. The middle marker indicates the parting. And the ones on both sides indicate the hairline. You can also refer to the chart of the insertion points of the braids for crocheting. First, crochet the last row at the back loop only. Take out the prepared 1 meter long yarn in the hair color. Fold it in half and hook it out at the middle marker. Here, pick the back loop to crochet. Draw the yarn through. Merge the 2 strands into one to crochet chains. Crochet about 15 chains. After completion, pull out the tail and set aside. 1 braid is now completed. Continue to crochet 5 braids on each side of the parting. Here, I'll demonstrate with one side as an example. Turn to the back. The stitch of the crocheted braid is divided to the left. On the stitch close to the parting from right to left, crochet a braid. Continue with another braid at the stitch staggered. And behind this one. Let's take a look. This creates 2 staggered braids, one in front and one behind. Continue to crochet 2 braids on the previous round, and then 1 braid on the round before that. Repeat this process, and crochet all the braids on both sides of the parting. Here's the sample after finishing the braids on one side. For the braids on the right side, Pick and crochet from left to right. Repeat this method. Crochet the braids on the other side as well. After both sides of the braids are completed, continue from the previously sides marker towards both sides. One stitch to another. Crochet 5 braids on each. These 5 should still be about 15 chains each. For the remaining stitches, crochet 1 braid every other stitch, with 20 chains for each. A total of 15 to 16 braids. Refer to the chart or base on the actual situation and crochet. Let's take a look. This is the sample of the groom's headpiece. After completing, set it aside for now. Continue crocheting the bride's headpiece. After completing it, mark it similarly, counting from the first stitch of the last round to the left. Mark the 13th stitch and the 41st. From the 13th to the 41st. Work 1 braid in the back loop for each. For the remaining stitches, work 1 braid every other stitch. Refer to the chart for specifics or base on the actual situation and crochet. The crochet method refers to that of the groom. I won't demonstrate it. Next, let's learn about the groom's bun. Start with a foundation chain. Start in the second chain from the hook. Work 6 single crochets. Pick the back loop and crochet. Then work row 2, chain 1. Turn counterclockwise. Begin with 1 SC2 in 1. Four single crochets. One SC2 in 1. Continue with row 3, chain 1. Turn over. 1 SC2 in 1. 6 single crochets. One SC2 in 1. Row 3 is complete. Then continue crocheting in rounds. On the completed piece, chain 1. Turn over. 9 single crochets. One SC2 in 1. Pick the sides insertion point and single crochets too. Then, come to the foundation chain. On the last stitch, make a SC2 in 1. Continue picking the remaining 2 strands of the chains. Work 4 single crochets correspondingly. On the last chain, make a SC2 in 1. Work 3 single crochets at the side. After completing, slip stitch in the first stitch. Round 1 is complete. Continue with round 2. BLO means to crochet in the back loop only 2 chains, which count as 1 stitch. To substitute for 1/2 double crochet, which corresponds to 1 stitch below, continue with 11 half double crochets. 10 single crochets. Two half double crochets. Then in the beginning chain, slip stitch into the top chain to join the round. Round 2 is complete. Round 3. Work 2 chains first, then 11 half double crochets. Ten single crochets. Two half double crochets. Slip stitch. Round 3 is complete. Continue following the chart to finish the remaining rounds. I won't demonstrate it. That concludes the groom's bun. Note that the short side is at the front. Now let's work on the bride's bun. Start with round 1. Begin with a foundation chain. Start in second chain from the hook. Work 6 single crochets. In the last chain, make 1 SC3 in 1, which means working 3 single crochets into the same stitch. After completing, rotate the piece. Pick the remaining 2 strands of the chains where the previous single crochet was worked, and crochet. These 3 stitches are worked in the last chain. We start to work single crochets from the left chain. In the last chain, make a SC2 in 1. This completes round 1. The following rounds 2 to 5 are relatively simple. Everyone crochet according to the chart. Now we start round 6. For this round, we need to increase stitches on both sides. First, work 6 SC2 tog. Then, chain 7. From the second stitch from the hook, start with 6 single crochets. Then work 7 SC2 tog. Seven chains. 6 single crochets. And 1 SC2 tog. Round 6 is done. Continue with round 7. Crochet according to the chart. A group consists of a SC2-in-1 and a single crochet. Repeat this 3 times. Five single crochets. Crochet on the braid of the chains here. Make it SC2-in-1 in the last one. Then work 7 single crochets in the stitches. That completes one side. Continue following the chart and finish the other side. Note that the 5 single crochets are worked into the braid of the chains. And make a SC2-in-1 in the last one. Then continue working in the stitches. This completes round 7. Refer to the chart or to the previous demonstration for the rest. The bride's bun is now covered. Next, let's crochet the groom's sideburn. Cut the required yarn. Draw out 1 strand. Crochet with a smaller hook. Here, I use a thick yarn for the demonstration. Start by making 11 chains. Then chain 1. From the second stitch from the hook, begin with 2 loose slip stitches. Here, pick up the back bump. That is a horizontal line on the back of the chain. Continue picking the back bumps and work 3 single crochets. Three half double crochets. Two double crochets. One DC 3-in-1. That is making 3 double crochets into the same stitch. After that, leave a tail and fasten off. One groom's sideburn is now crocheted. Next, let's crochet the bride's sideburn. They're divided into short and long ones. Both are made of double chain stitches. Cut the required yarn. Draw out 1 strand. Crochet using a smaller hook. Here, I'll continue demonstrating with the thick yarn. Fold the tail in half and make a slip knot. Place the yarn over the hook from front to back. Wrap the other yarn and pull through. This makes 1 double chain stitch. Continue placing the yarn over the hook. Wrap the other yarn and pull through. Another stitch is crocheted. This is the method for the double chain stitch. Crochet to the required length by referring to the chart. After completing, draw the 2 tails through and set aside. That concludes the bride's sideburn. Now let's learn how to assemble the hair. Here I use a hot glue gun to attach it. If you have one, insert a glue stick into it. Preheat it before use. If you don't have one, you can melt the glue stick using a lighter. Let's start assembling. Take out the groom's head. With the slip stitches for the headpiece at back, place it on the head and roughly align it. The frontmost should be around round 25 of the head. Once you've determined the position, use the hot glue to attach the headpiece to the head. Note: apply glue in small amounts for multiple times, to prevent glue from leaking onto the surface. The headpiece is attached. Continue to tidy up the braids on the headpiece. Divide and sort out the braids in the middle diagonally. Like this from middle to the back. Roughly arrange them like this. These 5 braids are all angled backward. Glue them one side at a time. Note that the front of the braids faces up. Continue gluing the other side. Make sure to sort out the shape before gluing. If you find that it's not glued well, you can pull it off forcefully and then re-glue it. After that, glue the parting in the middle. Press to secure. Ensure the braids are glued firmly onto the headpiece. Next, leave the 5 braids from each bun, along with the parting braid. All remaining braids are combed toward the top of the back of the head. Mindfully tidy them up. Make sure the front of the braids face up. Then, take out the hair ties. Use 2 together to tie up the braids. Tidy up again. Check if the position of the braids is appropriate. After completing, combine all remaining braids with the ones already tied. Tidy up. Tie them up with a hair tie. Note that the parting braid should be in the middle. Tidy up. After all the braids are tied and tidied, cut off the remaining braids, leaving about 3 centimeters. You can compare it to the bun. If it's about the same size, directly put the bun on. Note that the front of the bun faces forward. If it doesn't fit, you can trim them a bit more. After putting on the bun, thread the reserved tail of bun onto a needle. Sew the front loop of the bun along with the braids. to secure the bun to the headpiece. Mind not to sew the bun crooked. Keep the front facing forward. Now the bun is sewn on. Next, hide the tail and fasten off the yarn. Then take the groom's sideburns. Attach them with alcohol glue in front of the ears, connecting to the hair. Note that the sideburns are symmetrical, and the curvy side should be closer to the middle. After that, the groom's hair assembly is complete. Next, I'll demonstrate the bride's hair assembly using a sample. First, glue the headpiece onto the head. Then take out the bride's headband. Place it in the center of the headpiece. It is used to lift the hair, so place it close to the root at the middle bottom of the head, near the last round. Once positioned, attach the headband with hot glue. Then, comb the front part of the braids towards the top of the back of the head. Tidy up and tie them with hair ties. Tidy up the braids. Then combine the braids from the back of the head with the previous ones, and tie them together into one braid. Next, leave about 3 centimeters and cut them off. Put on the bun, and sew it on. Refer to the assembly method for the groom's hair. I won't demonstrate that. For areas where the bride's bun is not full, you can stuff some filling cotton. Afterwards, glue the bride's sideburns. Place them in the required positions based on the actual project. The end with the tail can be stuck to the required position on the headpiece using alcohol glue, while the other end to the corresponding position on the face. The sideburns are quite thin. You can use a needle dipped in alcohol glue to stick. Continue gluing based on the actual project. This completes the bride's hair assembly.